Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Marlon and Jordan. We're here from the kitchen, here to show
Good,
you,
everybody.
hopefully, some spicy gameplay. This is my point of view, my POV. I'm gonna play some Fire King Snake Azamina. I'm gonna show you a nice Saturday locals, 5 rounds. We played out top 8. Hopefully, I can show you some new lines, or you guys can comment down maybe anything I could have improved on. Jordan's here to commentate as well on my gameplay. And we're just here to have a good time and just talk and just yap it up. All right, Jordan, ready to get into it?
Yeah, just remember, everybody, this is a locals. Misplays will be made. And just be mindful of that some people are newer players.
All right, let's get into it. Let's get into this gameplay. So round one, I'm going against my homie Zach. I usually he's on Tenpai, but today he was on Fire King Snake Eyes and Mina. So I was going against the mirror. Opened up a decent hand. I have Poros and Imperm. Ended up Imperming his Witch. Told him put him on, gotta have it. Didn't have it, so I just popped off with my own deception, pitch for rose. Doesn't do anything. Go use Azamina, impulse. I say fuck it. Normal summons oak. He gotta put me on, gotta have it. I had it. I had Kieran. Nobody
Notice there
respects the Kieran,
also
bro.
how Marlon impermed the witch, thus stopping his turn, because witch is a dark monster and it cannot be a valid target for Kieran. While on the other hand, Zach here impermed Marlon's Snake Eye Ash, and because Marlon had the Kieran, he was able to play around it. So it's a good thing to be wary of when playing against Snake Eye Fire King.
Yeah. I had full combo afterwards. He used all his interruptions, so he scooped it up. We go to game two. Opened up another crazy hand. I opened up both Mo Chummies. He added Witch. I went Prillia, so he ended up pitching it off so I don't get a draw because he doesn't like me. So I'll remember that for next time. He ends up searching Azamina. I end up chaining Furo so I can at least get one draw from these cards I spent money on. He ends up summoning Silva. I drew Sanctuary. No fire monster in hand yet. So it's not that good right now, but maybe I'll draw into one. I don't really remember. Also, guys, let me know in the comments. What do you think? You're gonna see the camera change positions a lot. So let me know your guys' favorite. Like, what do you guys prefer to see? You like seeing my hands, my
Yeah,
tattoos?
very good opening hand now.
Oh yeah, I end up drawing Witch. I have wanted it in hand, but that's fine because I could chain it to Azamina, Hotlet Azamina. Sorry. I end up going Snake Eye Ash lines. He ended up using Silva. I go for Witch for Deception. I use Deception. Put him on Impulse. He had Cosmic. And I'm like, all right, well, I think my line here is to go for Sanctuary and send it off with for Original. Ended up going for 2500 before I do anything else, just to get some damage in. I ended up sending the Witch off of OSS to get Ponix. He lets that go through. So no Imperm. I go Sanctuary, go Island, another Cosmic. Uh, and I had wanted it in hand. So I'm not looking too good right now. He ends up drawing Bonfire.
Could
And
you not have
all
gone for a wanted draw one here too, hypothetically?
yeah, I could have activated Wanted just to draw, see what I draw.
Doesn't
But
change the fact that you're still behind an advantage though.
yeah. But he ends up going Wanted, recycles, hollowed as Amina, summon Silva, and I just scoop it up. We go game three. I think this game I ended up bricking really hard. I just set the DDG, and then hopefully it skips his turn. I pass turn, or he passes turn. I draw, and then we go next game. That's it. Can't really do nothing about bricks. It happens, part of the game, but it is what it is. I
Shout
go
out Zach though.
round. Yeah, shout out Zach. I still won't forget him for the chummies though. Yeah, I wanted to draw so bad. Round two, I'm against Voiceless Voice. New guy I haven't seen around before. I think his name's Rob, and he's a cool dude. I talked with him throughout the whole match. He was really nice, really kind. Uh, Not much to say more about him. He's a great guy. I don't know what he's playing though at this point in time. I would say he was playing voiceless voice though, but so far no interruptions through anything. So I'm just going for like the crazy combo lines. I ended up putting Silva in defense just to play around like a lightning storm. He's playing like Tempai, because like I said, I didn't know what he was on, and I don't want to like waste Silva on a lightning storm. He ends up ashing my Ponix. I end up remember guys, hidden text on deception. If I control an Azamina monster and a monster sent to any grave, the controller of that card takes 15 and I gain 15. I think that's how it's worded. And then my friend Justin likes to call me the time wizard because I love time cards, apparently. I think that's false. Although I do love running Spooky Dogwood. So that may be true.
We see here now Olkanix line of play, utilizing new cards that came out in Rage of the Abyss. Um, Olkanix is really such a crazy card for the Fire King strategy. Having the ability to manipulate levels to either level 1 or 8 if you need to go for Fuko lines or for any sort of rank 8 play. As you can
Yep.
see here,
I
Marlin
do
actually does go for a rank 8 play.
I do something cool here. I actually cut out Zombie Vampire from my list and I'm playing Hope Harbinger instead. My guy goes Extravagance. I don't negate it because there's no need to. He shows me he had the other two and then he scoops it up. We go to game two. Still don't know what he's playing.
Sometimes hands like that, you draw three of your once per turn one of. Nothing you can do about that.
Yeah. Here's where I found out he's on Voiceless Voice. So I'm like, that's what's up. I like Voiceless Voice as a deck. It's pretty cool. It's like protect the towers. It's nice gameplay. I impulse the Saphir impulse crack card. Don't know why they made it.
Very hard to play around.
It's just in the hand always. I never set that card ever, man. Why get cosmic or like dustered? He sets one card and he passes. I go witch, deception, go bonfire, switch ash, go ash. I get ashed on the ash. Don't know why he did that to be honest.
Whole
I
lot
feel
of
like
ash.
whole lot of ash. So much smoke. That's why we call it the kitchen, bro. There's so much smoke everywhere. Back to the gameplay though. I don't think the ash was used right at that moment. I feel like he would have either ashed the deception or the bonfire. But like I said,
You not
uh,
exactly see why.
yeah,
And
and
now
like
you
Jordan
go
mentioned,
original, add poplar, and it's like you resolve Snake Eye Ash anyways.
yeah. But he's new-ish, or at least I haven't seen him around a lot, so maybe he doesn't know the interactions that well. He was asking to read a lot of my Azamina cards, so maybe he was familiar with everything else but Azamina. I end up doing a cool play here coming up. I end up going through a line that couldn't kill him. So I'm trying to figure out how I could kill him because I'm able to summon out the bigger runics. I have Princess, but he has no monster on field, so I can't do like this Atlantis line, and I didn't bring back Flamberge with Princess. So I'm trying to think of what to pop with Garunix. I pop Okanix. The old Garunix has to summon in defense. So I'm like trying to figure out how to kill him. I end up making Hida to take his Ash Blossom to go into Raging Phoenix, into Zelantis effect to special his Ash Blossom on his field to trigger my Princess. I think that's kind of cool.
Crazy play.
You know,
Crazy play.
we go off to round three. We got Mateo on 6 Sam. Cool deck. I won dice roll again. I go first. I don't think I've seen him around a lot, but we ended up talking through the game, and after the game, it was really cool. Don't know too much about 6am, to be honest. I know somebody told me it's like an FTK deck. I don't know. So if anybody can tell me how, I'll be more than happy to. So I go through standard lines. No interruptions so far, so I'm feeling confident.
Yeah, just standard Snake Eye Fire King lines here. You see a
I,
link down into Sunlight Wolf for adding back Flamebridge for that resource recursion. Being
yeah.
able to pop that for follow-ups pretty good.
Also, that if you're trying to play this deck, that's good to do. Sorry, I had a cough. I had Kieran in my hand, so at any time I could just force the activation of my Amblowell, which is great in this situation because he activated Dark Ruler, and I'm like, fuck it. Or sorry, I'm
Yeah.
like, bruh, I
Dark
got it.
Ruler's Dark Ruler is really not a good card against Snake Eye Fire King though, because of how layered the board is. So obviously he's probably a new player or a returning player, and people go over these little learning hoops and stuff. But yeah, to all the viewers out there, do not side in Dark Ruler against this deck.
Yeah. Here I kind of mess up. I didn't read the full card. It has a protection effect by getting rid of another 6 Sam, but that's fine. I ended up going Little Knight to banish it anyway. And that was too much for him, so he scoops. We go to next game. He goes first. I think I dropped a Molchummy on him, if I'm not mistaken. Yep, I drop Prelia. He goes Talent, Set, Imperm, or not Talent, Thrust, sorry. Set Imperm. He normal summons a guy after he plays Dojo to get a counter on it. I'm like, that's fine. I think it summons one from the deck. I end up using the Ash on it because that sounds really good for him. He ends up passing. But before he ends his turn, I do Kieran lines. I feel like I could have done this better. Um, Jordan was telling me that I could have used the Kieran effect to summon out the Grunix to pop the card. The set
Yeah,
Imperm instead.
just saves
But
a Kieran in deck as a follow-up resource. But I also, looking back, do see how your line of play was very reasonable too, with the Arvada pop and end phase. So
yeah, so
honestly, both are pretty valid options.
yeah. But there's different lines you don't see until later, like right now. But on to the net round four, I'm against Willie. Shout him out. Really good guy, really great player. He's usually on Fiendsmith Ubel. And I think today, or for Saturday locals, he was playing Primite Phantasm Spiral. So like normal monster dot deck. It was an interesting deck. I'm not gonna lie, guys. It looks pretty cool. I think he was
I believe
playing
he was
it.
also on triple Dominus traps too, both Purge and Impulse. So
Yes,
clearly not caring about getting locked.
yes, he was. I did get Purge and Impulse. I'm pretty sure because they're all his monsters are normal monsters, so there's no effects to worry about at all. And he ends up going Primite Roar. He calls a name, pays 2,000 life points, and he have no monsters. He just specials it. I'm like, that sounds kind of scary. So I end up impulsing that.
He goes
He
for
goes
Lordly Load here, add a
Lordly
Primite card on
Load.
activation. He
Yeah.
goes for the Primite Trap.
Oh yeah, guys. My board may not seem that well, but I main deck Skyburn, I ended up drawing it, and I ended up on the two names. So I can at least have two pops on his turn. Or if he specials a monster, I go for the Xyz, get one pop off the Xyz, and then reborn back two guys. But I ended up just popping his back row because he just set four. It was an impulse and a skill drain, so pretty great hits. I end up he ends up using the trap to summon a guy that can't be destroyed by battle once summoned. It also has like a snatch steal effect. He ends up using a phantasm trap on my Garunix that makes it lose attack and gets negated. So I can't beat over this normal guy, this vanilla, and I have to worry about like a snatch steal in his grave. So I'm trying my best to play through it. I think a lot of the guys here were playing. I guess not a lot. Majority of them were playing like these kind of roguish decks because the format's gonna change in like 2 weeks with crossover breakers. So, and I don't think a lot of them are going to YCS Anaheim. So it's not really a no. What's the words? We're just not trying to take the game too serious right now. I guess is the best way to put it.
Yeah,
And I kind
especially
of
with the
feel that.
ban list looming around the corner too. It's just for some people in the local scene right now. It's just hard to stay motivated to play, the top meta decks.
Yeah, and I feel that. So I just like grinding with this deck that I feel comfortable with, that I might take to YCS Orlando because we are in South Florida, so I'm definitely going to that. But who knows, next ban list, maybe I won't be able to play this deck. But we'll see once crossover breakers come out. I like Rizal. I think that it's a fun deck, but I hear a lot of hype around Malice. So we'll see when the set comes out. Oh yeah, in this game I end up getting like over the guys, and we end up going to game. This is game 2. I get heat waved. Pass. I won game 1. I get heat waved. I use bonfire to add a Snake Eye Ash for next turn. But lo and behold, guys, I get heat waved
He
again.
waved you again.
So that Snake Eye Ash ain't doing nothing. I end up setting in Arvada that I had in my hand.
Also, he places a pacifist. Very, very strong card for this deck. Not once per turn.
It's not once per turn. I found that out the hard way because I impulsed it. He's like, that's fine. Does it again. I end up ashing to search for a trap because he can activate those from the hand if he has like a non-effect monster. So I don't want him to get the resources. I end up drawing Cosmic to get rid of the field spell, which was amazing. And then I end up using the Snake Eye Ash in my hand. Also, I don't know. I don't know if it's a Primite card or a Phantasm card, but there's like a spell that has like a Flundereeze kind of condition that like activates Engrave when I like normal summon a guy.
That is
And
the Prime cards that you're thinking of.
that's the Primite. Oh yeah, because I didn't know that. Because
I believe that's Roar that does that. But yeah, what's really interesting about the Primate cards is they basically turn your normal monsters into pseudo effect monsters by having those lingering spell effects in the grave.
yeah, he,
Not a very popular archetype to see right now, but I think in the future with the new Blue Eyes cards coming out in that structure deck, I think you will be seeing a lot more of the Primite cards because Primite Blue Eyes is a pretty strong deck actually.
yeah, not gonna. Yeah, the structure deck's gonna come out soon. I ended up going. Oh yeah, the token was like adventure size token, like 2,000, 2,000. So I just ended up going Little Knight to banish it. But yeah, the Blue Eye structure deck's coming out soon too. That's another deck I'm looking at, like Raizio and Blue Eyes. Also, I did get Double Judgment, so he's on 2,000 life. He ends up using the Roar because that's all he had, and then basically
Well,
killed
has
himself.
2000 anyways, so
Yeah,
yeah. Shout out
but
Willie though, amazing player.
oh yeah, going against another regular local player, Izzy. He's usually on Centurion, but I think today he was also, like I mentioned before, like on a fun deck. Nobody's trying to take the game too serious right now, I guess. Not serious like they don't care, but like no point. Because, like I said, new set, meta's gonna shift again, ban list. So it's everything's gonna change. Or
Yeah,
nothing will
this new set's
change.
really
Who
gonna
knows?
shake everything up.
Nobody knows. But he's playing Shining Sarcophagus. It's Yugi's deck retrained from a few sets ago. It looks cool on paper. I don't know what kind of tier you would put it at, but I mean, I like it. It's just old cards. I just wish the Shining Sark was searchable. He told me later that it's not searchable, and I'm like, why'd they do that? The whole deck revolves around that card.
Yeah. I feel like this deck is everything the Exodia deck wanted. Or I mean, other way around. The Exodia deck is everything this deck wanted to be when it comes to
Yeah.
like the new Yugi deck.
Yeah. There was some Exodia players at this locals. I don't know. I don't think any of them top, but I played Exodia once, and it's a fun deck. You know, you just go obliterate, get all the pieces. It's so nostalgic just seeing all the pieces of Exodia in your deck.
Yeah, and I
I
feel like both of these Yugi type decks are very mid-rangey, relying on cards like Dimension Shifter to win the game.
Yeah, I end up getting really happy in this game. I won game 1, we go to game 2. I end up getting trigger happy with my mole chummies, and he just said he activated Deep Fissure. I can't play through Shifter and Die-Fi, so I scoop it up. We go game 3. So this is the fifth round. I think I mentioned that it was 5 round Swiss, and then we decide whether we play out top eight or not. I passed the shifter check, so everything's fine on my end. I get ashed on my island. I open wanted, so I activated wanted, which I myself have trouble on sometimes when I open both Fire King Lions and like wanted or witch. I don't know which one to start with. I feel like witch is just stronger, so I don't really mind if like the Fire King stuff gets interrupted. I don't know. What do you think, Jordan?
I'd say Ash on an Island is definitely a strong Ash, cutting you off from, Garunix and your kind of like revolving door lines of plays with how the Fire King cards just work. But the Snake Eye cards and the Sinful Spoils cards are just way more explosive in the end of the day. So I think it's pretty fair to sequence stuff the way you did, especially with the new Azamina cards, being able to set up an Omni Negate with Ilya Sylvia just really makes things a lot better for this deck, and you don't have to rely on the Fire King cards as much.
Yeah, so I ended up going like kind of like a generic board that you saw like at the early stages of Snake Eyes, which is like IP in the back with like an Omni Negate, Shutout, Savage, and Baron. Not forgotten, but you're there as a fusion monster.
Yeah, reincarnated.
Yeah, reincarnated. Yo, shout out Kendrick, bro. Love his album. Mustard. If you know, you know. I end up
Yeah,
impulsing something. I forgot. He ends up scooping it up,
Cosmic on the Sark.
and that was it.
Yeah,
This
once a
is top eight. Yeah, we ended up playing top eight. I got fourth. I'm against my friend Kyle. He's great player. He's great Edison player, by the way. This guy, not to glaze him, but this guy cooks in Edison. He has like all the decks, and he loves it. He runs the Edison tournaments on Saturdays, and today he just ended up playing our standard or modern format, however you want to call it. So I get a triple imperm. It's not triple hand trapped, double impermed Ash Blossom. He makes fun of me, kinda, not really, by saying I could have go Fiendsmith lines, but I don't play Fiendsmith cards, so I end up going this roundabout way of trying to still make a board by using Hida for his Ash to make Princess. I to bring back my Snake Eye Ash, like link it off for Poplar to get OSS to go into Fire King lines. It's you know the deal, bro. Snake Eyes is crazy, man. Get triple hand trap. Doesn't even matter. Can't stop me. Can't stop the kitchen from cooking. And then he
yeah. So we
just
see here some average Fire King lines now.
yeah,
Seems like
it's a little weak in the grand scheme of things because I think this is where like Zombie Vampire will come up because I could mill like his cards, but I don't know. I ended up making I ended up drawing Skyburn again. So I just set on this field. Same idea. I have at least two pops or one pop and like a double revive because I have Arvada and Grave. So I could reborn at least Arvada. And Garunix to send a Kirin to pop a card. So I feel comfortable in this position after getting triple hand trapped and like I have disruption. But I think he ends up playing through it. And also, yeah, I think top eight. This is where like my GoPro memory. I ran out of storage, so you won't see the full round. Sorry, guys. I'll upgrade the card. I'll upgrade the card. Don't worry about it.
see
Also,
Skyburn on Deception here. Very good
yeah,
choke point.
yeah, I put him on Gotta Have It, and he didn't. Also, guys, let us know. This is our first video coming out, so like, what POV do you like? You know, you saw a good amount of them. Do you guys like it when you can see my hand, or do you like this kind of sideways view? Just let us know down in the comment section below.
We see him going for Snake Eye Birch here. Not a very popular card with most Snake Eye players, but really interesting to see nonetheless. And then
It it helped
somehow
because he
fast
built
forward
this
into a
board.
full
Nah,
board
yeah,
in 1 second. He's the best Yu-Gi-Oh player ever, man. You see that?
nah,
In
nah.
one
We just
second, he
cut it,
has
bro.
Desiree, Ilya Sylvia, IP. Man, I wish I had his skill.
No, I won game one because it was over, and this was game two. He won, and then we sided for game three. So you saw my board. He triple hand trapped me. He couldn't do anything game one. Game two, I opened up full roast. He ashed it. I had unplayable, and he made. And then I think I ended up passing because I bricked game two, and then we sided in for game three. So you won't be able to see the whole thing because I ran out of storage, but I want to take this time. If you stayed through the whole video, guys, I appreciate you. Expect more from us, and let us know what kind of content you guys would like to see. And also come out to Prodigy Games, South Florida. Jordan, any last words?
No, no other last words. Thank you for having me on today, bro. Very cool to be able to analyze your gameplay, even though, here you get Cosmic on the anti-spell. Very sad to see,
It is what it
but
is. He had it.
it is what it is, yeah. Uh, yeah, shout out to Prodigy Games, man. I mean, they're just such an amazing store. I'm very thankful to have them.
Oh yeah. And also, it won't just be my point of view. You'll see other players from our team. You'll see the decks they play. We got a whole bunch of decks, so you won't just be seeing Snake Eye, Fire King, Azamina, guys. You'll see pile decks, maybe Labyrinth, maybe Chimera, all the decks you can think of, and the new ones coming out too. We'll try to get those so we give you guys more content. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. Please make sure to like and subscribe. Bye.
Peace out.